Welcome to Celebrate Recovery at Relevant Church. This is our very first podcast, and it's entitled Everyone Matters. My name is Rick, and I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. What brought me to recovery many years ago was the results of addictions of alcohol and drugs. I can say now that I'm free for I'm in my 15th year of freedom from drugs and alcohol. I'm currently working through struggles of emotional eating. I would like to introduce my friends who are part of our leader team at Celebrate Recovery at Relevant Church.
Hi everyone, I'm Tomika. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. My past struggles are with domestic violence, and I'm currently struggling with unhealthy boundaries.
Hey Tomika.
Hey everyone.
Welcome. Yeah.
Well, I'm Michael. I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ who entered into recovery for depression and suicidal thinking and currently struggle with control and learning to say no.
Hey Michael.
Good to see you.
I'm Brian, grateful believer in Jesus Christ, past struggles with pornography and alcohol, and working through fear.
Hey Brian.
Hey Brian.
We just wanted to share the excitement that we are having across campus with our Celebrate Recovery that meets on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. at Relevant Church. We have just gotten through the summer, and it's been an exciting summer, but we're pretty excited that it's August now, and we are in our reset of our calendar year. We do that every year. After we complete a year of testimonies and lessons, we reset and start again and refresh. It's a pretty exciting time. How did everybody do this summer? Do you have any highlights from the summer that you can recall?
Yeah, I did. I learned a few things about myself that previously didn't know, and just working through the steps helps you in that area. So it's good stuff. I mean, when you come here and you actually lay your struggles out so that Christ can really work through that, you can grow tremendously in a short period of time if you really want to.
Right. You know, where a lot of times Celebrate Recovery attendance dips down a little bit because people travel and people are on vacation and things, but we've had a really solid attendance over the summer, and people have really experienced the move of God. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Absolutely.
And lives are being changed even in the middle of summer, so God never quits, right?
No.
Right.
Do you have any highlights from the summer that you would like to share?
The newcomers, just the amount of newcomers that have come in and that have touched my heart personally for the perspective of domestic violence, just been able to reach out to them and build that connection with them and help lead them to a path where they're able to start walking their recovery with Celebrate Recovery.
Yeah.
Nice. What are some of the highlights that you can recall from the summer?
Well, it has just been working with men in our step study group and just watching Christ work in them, and they're working their growth, and their stories are just changing daily and weekly, and that's been exciting for me.
So you at Celebrate Recovery, you serve as a share group leader, you fill in as a group leader, right? And
Yes.
You are one of our trainers, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes, and yes.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite things about serving in those capacities?
Serving helps me with my own recovery because I'm giving back, and I tend to isolate and not want to, but that makes me stay connected,
Right.
and it's watching men change.
Right. Brian, as our Newcomers team director, what are some of your things that you are excited about in the newcomers?
So it's just the volume of newcomers.
Yeah.
Something that Tomika, that she hit on, was the amount that we're getting just through this summer period was pretty remarkable. I cannot wait to see what that growth looks like once we reset and begin that new year. Just the rawness of some of the newcomers, their openness to really dive in to their recovery is impressive, and it helps my own recovery to stay refreshed in my own views of where I'm sitting in my own recovery.
Right. And Tomika, thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
And Tomika, you're as one of our trainers as well, and a ministry lead in training mode. What have you recalled from just one of your favorite things that you have in this role that you get to serve in?
Oh, wow, there's just so many. Helping the current step study women leaders, listening to their ideas and listening to them pour out what they have given to the participants in the current step study, and then getting to know the female leaders of our share groups, you know, connecting with them and, you know, understanding, you know, their recovery and reaching out to them, and just being more involved, being more connected with them, and then just being able to be out there with everybody that comes in, and just, you know, being a part of, you know, when Brian lets me be, you know, joins the newcomers teams every
Right.
now and then, and
You let her do that, right?
I let her do that.
Awesome.
Apparently.
he lets
Awesome.
me do,
Yeah.
he lets me
Just
do
a-
that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you in this one time.
Just one time he lets me be a part
Yeah.
of it, and being able to connect with the newcomers, or, you know, filling in a spot for, you know, one of the share group leaders, you know, just being able to connect with each person that comes in, and just,
Right.
you know, just understanding, hey, we're here, we love you just where you are. And, you know, or standing up, giving my, you know, testimony, and being able to connect with that person
Yeah.
one-on-one,
Right.
because if you just share your story to just one person, you know, at least you know that you've made that difference.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Right.
Yeah, that's one of the most impactful things about, I
Yeah.
think, Celebrate Recovery is letting God shine through your story,
Right.
Yes.
builds those connections
Yeah.
that ultimately
Yeah.
He's wanting us to have in the first place.
Definitely.
So,
Right.
just like you're talking about with the newcomers, it's so critical, and that's where my passion lies, is that area for sure.
As the Celebrate Recovery pastor, we've been in this process for 9 years, but we launched in January of 2019. And I still remember the first group of newcomers. That's everybody that came that night, right? And
I was there.
you were there, weren't you? And since we are kind of focusing right now on the newcomer, because Celebrate Recovery, that's what it is all about,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It is about the newcomer, right?
Yes.
And we've all been a newcomer. And when I was a newcomer, I tested out a different Celebrate Recovery because I just thought the process was weird. But I embraced being a newcomer. I still remember that first night with the newcomers. I think seeing newcomers come through our doors almost every week, or quite frequently, it keeps that heart position
Yeah.
alive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Is that being able to be fresh in someone new, and keeping yourself authentic,
Right.
and allowing that brand new person to see that authenticity
Right.
is part of keeping your own recovery real.
Right.
Yes.
Because it breaks you down to a point where, hey, you know, I'm not all worked out, but look
Yeah.
how far Christ has brought me from where I started. That just resonates, I think, with a newcomer, and making them feel that comfortable with
Yeah.
with starting their own
Yeah.
journey.
Well, it's where every
Right.
story connects.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
story matters,
Absolutely.
and every story has a name that goes with it
Yeah.
That's right.
as well. And
That's
those
right.
stories are the powerhouse of Celebrate Recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll get to some testimonies in a second or so. Do you know the newcomer is what makes Celebrate Recovery happen, actually,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And not everybody returns, right?
Mm-hmm.
We understand that, right? Some people are just checking out, they're just taking
Yeah.
a chance, but it takes a lot of courage for anyone to come to Celebrate Recovery.
Yes.
You've made several decisions before you even arrived in the
Yeah.
building.
Absolutely.
So if you're coming from work, you decide you're going to come to Celebrate Recovery. Guess what? You've made that decision. Then you got in your vehicle, right?
Right.
Then you drove across wherever you drove across from.
Right.
and you landed here, so you got into the parking lot. So you got 3 or 4 decisions already, right?
Right.
Then you make a decision to get out of the vehicle, right?
Yep.
That's 5, right?
Yeah.
Then you came through the building, into the building, correct? We're up to 7 decisions already just to get here. And
a
then you
lot.
go into the auditorium. We're up to 8.
Yeah, and then
Right.
you make the decision to actually stay for
Stay.
newcomers.
Stay there. We're up to
Yes.
9,
Yeah,
Yep.
right? And then you might come to newcomers class, the
Right.
101, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Right? So we got at least 10, right?
at least.
That takes a lot of bravery. And I think where we excel at our Celebrate Recovery is that we meet people right where they're at. We love people right where they're at. We believe in people right where they're at. And we do everything we can, through the help of the Lord, of course,
Yes.
to minimize the shame that people feel when they walk in the door, because we want to minimize that, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of shame that
A
we
lot.
all
Yeah.
carried,
A lot.
because, man, we have to admit, oh man, I have a struggle.
Yeah.
I have a hurt, right? What's the next one? I have a,
Habit,
and what's the other one?
hang up.
Hang up.
So what are the 3 things we have?
Hurts.
Hurts, habits, and hang-ups.
Then that stings sometimes, doesn't it, right?
Yes.
What's the biggest thing about Celebrate Recovery that people misunderstand?
That it's only for addictions.
Yeah.
Right. Do you mean like drugs and alcohol?
Drugs, alcohol.
Drugs,
yes.
alcohol.
I think that is probably one of the biggest, not misrepresentation, can't say the word. Edit that out.
At Celebrate Recovery, we don't have to be perfect. Thank
right.
God.
That's perfect. But I think it's one of the biggest misconceptions. And there's a lot of things, and I can speak to myself
Yeah.
in particular because I do have addictions. So I have an addictive personality. But there's a lot of underlying
Yeah.
emotional issues that have kind of formed me to have that or lean
Right.
that way. So I think that for me in particular, that was the surface, and then breaking down into the deeper part of it is
Right.
where you really learn
Right.
what's making you tick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, that's the biggest explosion of knowledge for my own life. And I just think that if we can get that for people to understand that they would be more willing to actually give this ministry a
Right.
shot.
Even I, many years ago, when they said, go start this ministry, it's not about me, I'm just saying it took a team for us to do that. I thought too that Celebrate Recovery was for those addicts, right? And I was several years into being clean, and I wasn't an addict. And I personally didn't need Celebrate Recovery personally, but we could certainly direct it, right?
Yeah.
And I had misinformation in my brain that I heard the word recovery, so automatically thought it's just for drugs and alcohol, and I don't have that problem anymore. But I realized, guess what? When I joined Celebrate Recovery, I realized that it was for me too. Actually, it was for me probably more for me than anyone else. Because I realized that under my addictions were the real problems. My behaviors was the drugs and the alcohol and everything that went with that. Every other kind of addiction, and there was a long list of addictions that were part of my life then. But my real hurt, habit, and hang up was what was underneath all that, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the biggest benefit of Celebrate Recovery is for each of you?
Well, for me, it was just a safe place to come to that I could just be Mike and be challenged to be
Right.
Mike as well. Because I come out of a social work background, so I know catchphrases.
Right.
And I
Gotcha.
have people challenge me to say, cut the crap. What are you doing? What are you saying? Where are you at?
Buzzwords, cut the crap, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
say. I just
Wow.
go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's safe to do it. You
Right.
feel okay with that. But I wanted to go back to something that was
Okay.
said earlier. One of the most amazing conversations that I had recently in the community was, you mean that it's not just for addicts? And I went, no, here's my story. They went, oh. It was like an aha moment of,
Right.
it's more than just this, drugs and alcohol. You mean anybody can go? I said, yes, anybody can go,
Yes.
Right.
and you're welcome.
What do you think? When you heard about Celebrate Recovery and just the word Celebrate Recovery, what do you think it was about?
What I think it was about.
Mhm.
Well, for me, a person asked me to come, and I just thought that it wasn't for me.
Okay.
It just wasn't for me because I dealt with my stuff already.
Gotcha.
It wasn't for me.
So many people come to support another
Yeah.
person,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then they find
Yes.
out that Celebrate Recovery is for them,
Yes.
right?
Yep. I
And
came to support somebody.
And when did that discovery that it was for you? When did that happen?
About 3 to 4 weeks in, when I
Right.
vomited all of my stuff out.
Okay.
And that's when I realized that it was about me. It wasn't about, that I had multiple layers of hurt and grief that was so far down into my childhood that had just developed over time and had brought me into certain situations, into my childhood, my teenage years, into my adulthood, and that got me into the situations that I had gotten myself into. And that's when I realized that it was like, oh, well, okay, maybe I need these people around me here to help me,
Yeah.
because I can't be real outside
Okay.
outside
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Out there,
It's so
I have
powerful.
to say
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine, I'm good,
Yeah.
I'm Tomika. But in Celebrate Recovery, I can be the real Tomika.
Yeah.
I can
Wow.
be vulnerable. I can
Yeah.
be
Who you
with-
are.
I can be real. I can be without shame. I can be just me, and
Yeah.
with everybody knowing my story,
Right.
and not have to feel any judgment from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's-
important what she was just sharing, right, guys?
Absolutely.
How does that, in what she just shared, how's the safety of coming to Celebrate Recovery and bringing down the walls? How has that changed you as well?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I was broken
Were
when
you?
I started
Yeah.
this journey. So the walls coming down for me, very similar to what Tomika was saying, it was helping me find who I was before a lot of the trauma and a lot of the decisions that I had made started to be in this trajectory.
Wow.
So I like to say a lot of times this ministry's helped
Yeah.
bring me back to closer to who I was probably in my early teens than now at almost 49 years old. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's exciting.
yeah, and it's a
So
refreshing
awesome
of the
to
mind.
see.
It's something
Yeah.
that's like you hear Christ talk about refreshing the way
Yeah.
you think and all those
Yeah.
things, and that is so true. It
Yeah.
really
Right.
is really what he does.
Wow.
So, and the
Yeah.
ministry is just
Yeah.
remarkable.
Wow. What are your thoughts on that, Michael?
Well, I look at it from a little bit of a different lens of where when I came into Celebrate Recovery, I actually was looking for it. I wanted to get involved in it. Now where it shifted was, once you're in it, I'm going like, oh my God, what is this? Sort of in a good, very good way, it's like, they really want to know who you are.
Yeah.
They really just want to see the person
Yeah.
and show you grace, show you mercy, show you acceptance, non-judgmental. And I'm going like, okay, this is far deeper than I ever thought this was going to be. It's not a fix.
It so
It's a
is.
life change process
Yes.
that's ongoing.
Right.
And that meant the world to me of going, okay. And we talk about being safe, as Tomika was saying. We, to use the word, preach that very hard.
Yes, we
We
do.
will make this a safe place that's confidential, that we don't talk outside of here. And that's
right.
important for the safety factor, because then you know it's safe to be me.
Yes.
It's
Right.
safe to be who I am. And that means the world to anybody
Yeah.
here, especially me.
Because we don't have the right to tell others' stories. That's
Right.
theirs to share.
That's
So
theirs to share.
That's
Yeah.
one of those huge things that we talk about with newcomers,
Right.
Right.
especially, is to make sure that they understand that what you talk about and what you choose to talk about is absolutely held at such a high regard and safety
right.
for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, and we also, we treat each other like we're family.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no judgment,
Yeah.
but we're family. It's like we're
Yeah.
one big, huge family.
Warts and all.
Exactly,
Right.
warts and
We're a
all.
little
Exactly.
bit dysfunctional.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's scars, we got
Exactly.
scars,
Right,
but it
You
At
know-
least I know I am, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Right.
we're, you know, we see each other and it's, you know, it's hugs, we check each other,
Yeah.
check on each other, you know, every day, and it's, you know, we hold each other accountable for, you know, to the recovery, and, you know, I have people that check on me on my recovery, and it's just, we're one big, huge family. And
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
I value a lot in
Right.
this recovery, because if I mess up, I want somebody to say, Tomika, hello, you messed up.
Yeah.
I want,
No, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I want that.
And even if someone, you know, only stays for a season or a little bit, and let's say they return, right? Are they still family?
Still
Yes.
family,
Well,
yes.
I'm part of that.
Are you?
'Cause I stepped back for a little while, and I came back, and I felt no different stepping back through the doors.
Yeah.
It did not feel like I left. I felt like I just was coming home. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
What you just said is that
Right.
is true, because there are times in people's lives where they need to take a step back just because they need to focus on other areas, other things that are going on
Different
in different seasons.
Yeah.
So
And there's nothing wrong with that,
nothing
right?
wrong with
Yeah.
that. And coming back and still feeling like that you can just jump right in and be a part of the ministry is,
Yeah.
Right.
is really
Yeah.
cool.
So I want to use a word called beauty. Beauty is actually a very strong word. What do you find about, have you found out through the years of your involvement with Celebrate Recovery? What have you found out that is beautiful about Celebrate Recovery? Whether it's at Relevant Church or Celebrate Recovery at large.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
For me personally, the beautiful thing was really seeing how Christ worked in my life, and I didn't always necessarily see it in the moment.
Right.
And having him reveal the things that he's kind of directed me through is very beautiful.
Right.
For me, especially because of some of my issues that I had as a childhood, feeling as I wasn't very important. To know that he was there guiding me and I didn't even know it is the most beautiful thing about that relationship with Christ that I'll ever experience.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get emotional.
It's okay, man. See, emotions are welcomed here at
Yeah.
Celebrate Recovery, right?
And you're safe.
Actually,
And I'm
you're
safe.
safe, right?
Yes.
Even in this podcast, emotions are welcome and
Yeah.
we are safe. That is part of the beauty, right?
Yeah.
That you can express and let things out, right? Tomika, what have you found that is beautiful about Celebrate Recovery for you?
Oh. That I was able to stand on stage, share my testimony, every inch of it, and not hold anything back, and not be judged,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then be able to go to another church and share it
And so you shared it at another Celebrate
at
Recovery.
another Celebrate Recovery,
Wow.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be able to touch more people there also,
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
and have other people tell me how much that they can see their life through me, and how much I've encouraged
Right.
them to get help through their recovery.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
That's beautiful, right?
Oh, yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
right? Michael?
I think I think recapturing beauty, joy. I struggle with that, to be very honest, is having to learn how to appreciate the beauty of what's around me, the
Yeah.
beauty of story, the beauty of nature, art, anything like that. But I think it was the first time I shared my story a year and a half ago, then this past year sharing it. I had someone tell me it's like you shared it and it was like almost like relief of, oh,
Yeah.
okay, it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
when I shared the growth over the year, it was like I owned it. It's like, this is my story now, my story.
Wow.
But I had a chance to share it recently at another Celebrate Recovery, and it was like real-time gratitude built into the story. And the feedback that I received back was people were still talking about the gratitude of how grateful they need to be
Right.
in their own life, because I shared, I'm capturing this right now. I'm learning it right now. And beauty is something new for me that is just being recaptured. And it's the beauty of God at work, God of the story.
Thank you for being so authentic there.
Yeah.
And you, Brian, as well, and Tomika. Even what I find beautiful, if you don't mind if I share, is, man, I just have a heart for those that hurt. And in my heartstrings, what I love about Celebrate Recovery is so many times people come in and they've been standing in the back of the line all their life.
Yes.
And guess what? I love to help them come to the front of the line. And then together, bringing them to the front of the line. As a team, we get to bring them to the front of the line. Because guess what? That's where they need to be,
Yeah.
right? That's where they want to be, actually. That's where they thrive,
Yeah.
right?
Welcoming to the front.
Right?
Welcoming to the front.
Right? And, everyone does matter, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
We do.
Why? Why does everyone matter?
Because they were created by God.
So are you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How has your identity in Christ changed since you've been involved in Celebrate Recovery?
You want to go? I'll go. It's like night and day. So it's the identity that I have in Christ is more of the connection I have with Christ, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Mhm.
And it goes back to the beauty of the fact of being able to see where He's been in my life and pulled me through things and I didn't even notice it.
Right. Right.
That now I can recognize that when it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's much more of a realization of communication with Christ,
Right.
which I didn't necessarily have
Mm.
before. So that's where my identity has changed with Christ, is
Wow.
is that connection. So for me, that's what it boils down to, is the connection.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It is like night and day. It's more of a, I guess, a relationship type where we chat just about every day. I mean, like every hour or so. I hear him all the time.
Wow.
He tells me exactly what I'm not supposed to do. When I want to do something, he tells me, "Are you sure you're supposed to be doing that?" And I'm like, "Well, apparently not." So I go and recourse my route.
Yeah.
Sounds like a solid father-daughter
It's
relationship.
exactly.
you know?
It's he's the father that I've longed for.
Wow. Mm,
That's deep.
That's deep.
That's good.
Yeah, he is the father that I've longed for.
Wow.
He has, ever since that I've been with Celebrate Recovery, and I have turned over my life to him, and I have worked the steps, and I've surrendered so much of my past to him and let go of all the control that I have.
Yeah.
All of the blessings that I could have ever accomplished, could have asked for, he has given. And even the stuff that he's like, "I'm not giving it to you because I need you to work for." And the stuff where I'd like, okay, I'm comfortable here, he's like, you're not staying here. I'm pushing you outside your boundaries.
Yeah, boy.
So he's like, just,
Comfort,
He
your
does.
comfort
boundaries.
level.
he gets me out of my comfort levels
Yeah.
because he knows that I'm worth more than what I'm
Yeah.
trying
Boom.
to settle
Yes.
for.
That's-
Wow. Yeah.
So,
Worth more.
That's,
yes.
that right there hit me too, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Michael.
I think for me, I had been listened to one of my favorite speakers, Francis Chan, and he was talking about how even he wants to know and feel 100% God just loves him. Is crazy in love with him, and from that hit such a chord with me of going, that's been my whole struggle, is 100% God is crazy in love with me, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to perform, I don't have to do anything, I don't have to make a show, I don't have to say the right thing. It's just like, I love you just for being Mike. And I think Tomika said it, so it's a relationship of change, of just going, that's my father.
Wow.
I'm his daughter. And I'm listening. I'm talking. If I need to course correct, okay, here we go with this. Or it's like if I'm going right, it's like, yay,
Right.
with that. But that's been the big growth for me. And it came out of closing a chapter with my dad. It was like closing I'm talking like in May, June, closing that chapter. Not putting it on a
Yeah.
shelf, but it's just closed, a new chapter being written.
Yeah.
And my love is solid as a rock with God. I may struggle with it, but it's solid.
Yeah, yeah.
And he doesn't change. I'm the one being changed.
Yes.
That's so good, Michael. Thanks for sharing that. I think for me, my identity in Christ is, I've had a radical transformation in my life where I came from, but I didn't know that I was valued by God,
Yeah.
that I was worth something to people,
Yeah.
that I could be loved,
Yeah.
could be cared for.
Yeah.
And Celebrate Recovery actually opened those doors. So actually, I had to crack the window first, right? Because I'm a processor. I'm not going to jump into everything right off the bat like that. But you know what? Once I started getting a taste, and I realized in my past that there were people who did care about me and love me, but
Yeah.
I couldn't let them in. And the biggest thing is I couldn't trust a soul.
Yeah.
And even being here relevant for so many years, at my core, I could not trust people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I had issues with control, right? And we all know that. Some of my leaders on this team here, they will attest that I had issues with control. But really it was about trust. That was what the real issue was. So that identity in Christ actually solidified that I'm a son of God, that I'm a brother to many
Yes.
through Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And that God loves me a lot, way
Yeah.
beyond that I could ever understand. And then through Celebrate Recovery and expanding out of that, but the core of Celebrate Recovery has helped me understand a lot more that I am lovable and that I can be myself and be that authentic. Actually, I like being me these days.
Yeah. Same
Pretty
here.
exciting, huh?
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think that was
Yeah.
such a key word, Rick, of value.
Yeah,
We have value
Yeah.
Yes.
right,
within each other
right.
as a community of, hey, I value enough to call you on your stuff, I value enough to stay in there with you, and I value you enough to leave you to work it out with God, not fix it.
Right.
Yes.
With that's value for the person because God values us. And that's a word that resonates with me
Right.
because my issue really at its core was I don't trust you, I don't trust God. And I'm having to go, yeah, I can now. Okay, we're good.
So would you say Celebrate Recovery works? God really does use Celebrate Recovery.
in profound ways,
You bet.
in significant ways.
Yeah. It's not the
And-
only thing he uses to change people, just for the record, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
definitely does use Celebrate Recovery,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
you see it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the cool things as someone who's been part of the ministry for a while
Right.
and has gone through several instances of discovery and recovery,
Right.
that when you recognize that in someone else, that's very rewarding.
Yeah, Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
it helps solidify
Yeah.
even more of the
yeah,
presence
Yeah.
that Christ has in this ministry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he really does have a hand on our Celebrate Recovery. I really do.
I believe that.
When we let him.
Definitely. Yeah.
I've really enjoyed spending this time with you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules from the summer, and everything's ramping up. And we're getting ready for the fall season, getting ready for Christmas. We're planning way ahead. We're months ahead and planning excitement about Celebrate
Yeah.
Recovery, right? And we love, I think, we are just 4 examples of people who love Celebrate Recovery. We come from totally different backgrounds, all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We do.
But as you can see, we all get along really well because we're family,
Yes.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that's the beauty. And we love the fact that anyone that comes to Celebrate Recovery, they do become our family. If you were to say something to encourage someone to come to Celebrate Recovery, what would you say to those that are watching or listening to our podcast today?
I would say take a chance. That where you are in your life right now hasn't worked. So why not take a chance on something
Right.
different? Sometimes Christ can move things for you and you specifically
Right.
to help you get through those periods
Yeah.
that you don't think you can get through. And it does go through trust, of course.
Mm.
But I think that if anything you get out of hearing these 4 people speak, it's we've all learned to trust.
Right.
I think that goes down to the core of a lot of issues with a lot
Sure.
of people,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
trust.
yeah,
But you have to give Christ a chance to find out. For me, that was one of the things that was learning to give him
Yeah.
a shot,
Right,
give him a
right,
shot, see what
right.
he does. I mean, thus far up to that point in my life, my own decisions weren't really too great. So let's see what he can do. And that's the only thing I can really say is give it a shot. What do you got to lose?
Right. Right.
yeah.
What do you think, Michael? If you were to invite someone to Celebrate Recovery, what would you?
Well, I
What would
think
you
it would
say to
just
them?
be really echoing similar to what
Yeah.
Brian said, is that take the risk of stepping into it and watch what God can do, knowing that people will walk with you where you're at. And we also, that I think is very important, women will walk with women,
Yes.
men will walk
That's
with
right.
men.
Right.
Very important.
And that's so important to the process and the safety and the well-being
That's right. That's
that
right.
we want to protect you, so to speak, with that. But for me, it's like, I don't care what your background is, you're accepted here, and give it time, give it a chance. And I like the way you put that, Brian, of take the risk.
Yeah.
And, hey, see what God does.
See what happens.
It can't hurt you,
No.
right? Tamika, what would you say to a newcomer or someone that you would want to attend Celebrate Recovery?
What do you have to lose? Look at where your life has gotten you so far.
Yeah.
Look at what your choices have gotten you so far.
Yeah,
It's you're at you have nowhere
Right.
else to go except rock bottom.
Right.
But God can lift you up out of that ditch if you just come in and give it a shot.
yeah,
You know, at Celebrate Recovery, we don't shame you for your choices, right?
Nope.
yeah,
But your identity is not in what you've done wrong or
Right.
what has gone wrong in your life.
Yes.
or the hurt that you're going through, or addiction, whatever that is that you're experiencing,
Yeah.
or the thing that you need to work through, that is not your identity,
Yeah.
right? And Celebrate Recovery can help you become non-attached to that identity, right?
Yeah.
And so often we get so wrapped up that we think everything that's happened to us, every struggle that we've gone through, is who we are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So wrong too.
So that is not the truth, right?
No, it's
You don't
Right.
have to be attached to that addiction or
Right.
that self-worth or that shame anymore.
Yeah.
You can just be
Yeah.
Right.
Brian
Yeah.
or Mike or Tamika.
Or Rick.
Already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really is transforming of the mind.
Yes.
It
That's
really
right.
is.
Yeah.
And that comes
The
straight from the
thinking.
Bible, doesn't
Everything
it?
about it.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
for sure.
I cannot tell you how much my thought patterns have changed
Hmm.
Yes.
from
Remarkable.
this ministry, from what Christ
Yeah.
has done.
Yeah.
It's- And
Yeah.
the crazy thing is I can remember
Hmm.
how I used to process to how I process now. And
Right.
that's another part of that beautiful thing.
Right.
Is you don't forget who you were and
Right.
how you did things.
Yeah.
You remember that.
Mhm.
And
But you
now
don't have to live in
see-
that.
You
You
don't
don't
have to live in that.
anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
You see
Right.
what he's
Yeah.
done. It's
It's
like,
true.
Mhm.
oh my gosh.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for tuning into our podcast. And if you're interested in Celebrate Recovery, or you need to come to Celebrate Recovery, you haven't been here for a while, or you don't know what it's really all about, even though you've watched or listened to this podcast, know this. Everyone is welcome here, right?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
guys?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
Friends, we welcome you because we want you to heal from your hurts, your habits,
Yeah.
and your hang-ups,
Yeah.
right? Every story matters, right?
Yes.
And every story is important. No story is more significant than another one. Every story has the same value, because once you put Jesus into that story, man, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that can happen. We want you to know that we do care about you. We love you. We want the best for you. And we want you to come and check this thing called Celebrate Recovery. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Come and see how your life can change. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.